Something has been released.
What do you mean, something?
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. And I have to inform you that the only thing that's going to help with the tryptophan overdose you're likely experiencing at this point is simply rest. Rest it off. In any case, what I'm looking at today is the trailer for 1983's The Keep, which I mentioned because Vinegar Syndrome is releasing a new version, a high-definition version of this movie. And I can't speak for anyone else, but The Keep is a very interesting movie. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just fascinating. And it is probably, beyond Miami Vice, the first time I heard of Michael Mann as a feature film director. The movie is based on a story by F. Paul Wilson, which I haven't read, though it revolves around the Nazis capturing this fort, a keep, in Romania, and this entity that exists within it. It is a fascinating movie, and the music by Tangerine Dream is just awesome. Visually speaking, though, it doesn't make a lot of sense in a lot of instances, though based on what I've read, it seems that there was a lot of studio interference with this movie, and when you see it, it makes sense that clearly someone was meddling with it. That being said, it's still a fascinating movie despite the interference, which makes me wonder if the footage that was cut from the movie still exists. The possibility is always there that maybe, just maybe, we can see a version of The Keep that Michael Mann intended to release. In any case, let's look at the trailer for 1983's The Keep, which, as I said, is being released by Vinegar Syndrome in high definition.
There's 108 crosses made of nickel embedded in the walls of the keep.
Where's the owner?
I have no idea.
Who is he?
I don't know.
And what drives people out in the middle of a rainy night?
Dream?
Something has been released.
What do you mean, something?
There is something here. A power.
What's happened to this place?
What's happened is that what was repressed within the keep is spreading into the village.
Evil comes from the acts between man and man. You know this.
If it weren't already apparent, that was a promo trailer. Part of what makes this movie so interesting is part of what also makes it very divisive, in the sense that it's a very visually stylized movie. From the slow motion shots, of which there are many, and the interesting cinematography, it's a dreamlike movie. And this is the problem. I don't think it was intended to be as surreal as it looks. And let's be clear, studio meddling is not a great thing. That being said, there are instances when it's necessary. When a filmmaker, for whatever reason, can't get their act together enough to shoot and assemble an effective movie. And so, not having seen the original cut, I can't say if the studio intervention made the movie worse or made it better. Though the movie is, on the whole, so fascinating, it makes me wonder what was cut and what were the extensions of those cuts. And the editing, in that, what did Michael Mann plan originally? And how did the studio change it? Without knowing those things, it's hard to tell what was done to The Keep. Beyond Michael Mann, if he remembers it, and I suspect he does, either issuing a new cut or at least commenting on it. And he may have, I haven't looked. So it's entirely possible that he did outline his experience making this movie, though I haven't seen it. Though what do you think? Would The Keep have been better if Michael Mann had been left to his own devices? Or was the studio interference something that was perhaps warranted? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow. piece. And by the way, the Krull review is coming. Between work and Final Cut being really slow at the moment, it's taking a lot longer than I would have anticipated, but I'm aiming for the coming week.